So, welcome to the first video of the last build I'm going to be doing. My heart's just not in them anymore, so kind of been dabbling with doing another one, but I've always kind of wanted something to keep myself, and I've always loved kind of these type of vehicles. So the last one is going to be a Ford COE, which is a cab over engine. It's a 1950s Ford F5. That's a tongue twister. But yeah, basically it's going to go down the lines of custom frame, air ride, cool engine, all the good stuff. I'm not decided yet whether I'm going to turn it into a pickup or whether it's going to go as a cute kind of little flatbed, so it looks like a little lorry. I'm not sure either way. It kind of depends whether I can find rear arches or not, but it is what it is. So most importantly, what I've got is a chocolate biscuit, I've got a strong coffee, and then I've probably got 10 or so hours messing around on CAD trying to design a chassis. So I won't bore you with the CAD design. Let's just get straight into the garage and you can kind of check out what I'm working with. Garage, coffee on hand, and the plan of action today is to strip down this cab. Now obviously off of camera I did strip down the cab off the chassis, but yeah, that I thought something was going to go wrong with that, so I should really have filmed it, but I just thought I didn't want the kind of in the back of my mind there's a camera there. So yeah, we've done that, we've got this ready. The chassis is just going to sit out there till it sells, or till I decide to chop it up, one or the other. And this needs to be stripped down for next week because it is going over for sand blasting or media blasting, whatever you want to call it. Now, I used to work at a company called Retro Power in Hinckley. They're really well known in resto mods and kind of that kind of classic car builds and stuff. Really good people. So they've kind of, as a bit of a mate kind of thing, they've snuck me in the back door just to get this blasted and back out again. Obviously I'm paying for it. It's not free. But yeah, I'm really kind of grateful that they've done that. It saves me having to try and remove a load of old kind of potentially lead-based paint, and it gets me to see everything that needs kind of doing on this. I do plan on keeping it long term. I know I say this a lot. I know I'm going to have the little haters out there be like, oh no, it's going to be for sale, whatever. If it is, it's a bonus because it's been blasted for you. It will be sandblasted, media blasted, and we'll be ready to rock on with that. So I need to get that done. That's the plan with that. Additionally, on the previous video, I touched on the front end. Now, the front end, I was going to get Hotrods to build it. Now, a really good company, but when I looked into it, I looked at kind of what kind of brakes they were supplying, which were Willward ones, but they were kind of the cheap ones. They weren't the ones that I wanted. Once I started adding on to it, it was getting higher, but it basically started from $4.5 grand and it was going up. So I figured I've built a front end before. I've got all the DXF files from when I designed one for a Ford F1, which was the vehicle that was 2 before this one. And that sat really well, sat perfectly, all the angles, everything was excellent on it. So I'm just going to go down that route because that was designed to also run 8-inch bags, which is kind of what I need for this. So to go down that route. Parts wise, I'm into it a lot less than what I'll be paying for the Hotrods one, obviously, because obviously I'm paying for their labour and stuff. So yeah, please don't think that this is saying, oh, they're expensive, because they're not. It's really well priced for what it is. I can do it cheaper and I can get better quality stuff in terms of the brake kits. But for all in at the minute, so the truck owes me 10 grand as basically just the shell. It's a lot of money. And then the front brakes I've gone for Willwood, Dynalite 4-pot front brakes, but instead of just being the ones where the odd ones are the kind of standard cast discs, I've gone for bow discs. So the centre section is aluminium, and then obviously it's a disc that bolts to the aluminium centre section. That was 1,400 quid with the spindles as well. I've gone for Willwood drop spindles, 2-inch drop. 1,400 quid delivered from Rally Design. I was going to buy them from Summit Racing, but it worked out, even with a good exchange, it worked out about 80 quid more to buy it from the States. I've bought it from the UK, which is cheaper. From Summit, I've bought a Mustang 2 Power Rack, brand new, not a recon. Some kind of not rose joints, ball joints, and a few other bits and bobs from the States, and 4 airbags, 4 Slam Specialities SS8s. So big beefy bags with internal bump stops, although I'm probably going to put some metal bump stops on this, but we'll worry about that later. But all in for about 3.5 grand. So I've got loads more stuff for loads less money, just because I'm going to do it myself. So the front clip as well, I don't know if there's anyone interested actually. I might end up just doing it as a kit, or maybe selling the files. Maybe someone's interested in the files. I could do like the files for front clip, 50 quid. I mean, all the laser cutting for this chassis, which is front clip, rear end, loads of other bits and bobs, brackets, engine mounts, you name it, is less than 600 quid. So front clip, probably to have laser cut. I don't know if you're going to get it done yourself. I'd say you'd see probably change out of 300 quid. But yeah, so if anyone's after a flat pack kit or the DXF files, hit me up. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling for now, because coffee's getting cold and it needs to get drunk, and I'm going to, I'm going to start stripping. This, obviously not me, because you wouldn't want to see me naked. Let's crack on. Ready for sandblasting or media blasting next week. Now there are a few things that I've left on, well, I'll tell you what I've left on. I've left on the 2 doors simply because the hinges don't want to come off. I'm going to have to get like an oxyacetylene torch. I don't have one here, and to be completely honest, I'm not too bothered. I don't think there'll be any kind of massive repairs needed. Where it's going, they may be able to take the doors off if it needs doing. I don't think it will do. And the other thing is the front hinges. I can't get replacement hinges for a COE. I can get F1 hinges, but they're different. So yeah, I didn't want to kind of damage the bolts at the back because they look like they're going to shear off, or I'm going to have to cut them off. So I'm just going to have it blasted round. If there is any metalwork repairs needed around the hinges, then yeah, I am going to have to kind of rag them off and repair them. But at this moment in time, it looks pretty solid, so I'm just going to leave them where they are. Plus, as an added bonus, they'll all be blasted as well, hopefully, fingers crossed. So, will it come back in one piece or will it come back in bags? I do not know at the minute, but we're going to get it loaded up as soon as Nat or Cal comes over from Retro Power to pick it up. We'll get it loaded. I might be able to shoot a little sneaky video over there, but obviously they've got customers' cars in the background, so I may not be able to. But yeah, and then we'll see, like I say, how it comes back. So we'll have a quick look around at the bodywork now, and then we'll assess it once it comes back. I just want to say thank you for watching the first video. Hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.